Back, guys, and we have just found ourselves at pocket jacks. First time back up to after the break on the final table here. So I think I'm just going to flat, and maybe this guy will jam over the top. Unlikely, but oh my god, he just flats half his stack. I don't think we can fold now. So the question is, how do we want to get the chips in from this point? Do we want to bet, or do we want to check? I think checking is a little bit dangerous because he might have. It's actually kind of annoying because I think he has king queen a bit, king 10. He might have ace 10 or 10 queen suited and that sort of thing as well, I guess. I don't think we can fold with this SPR. I mean, even if we bet and he shoves, I just don't think we can ever fold because the price we're getting is huge, and I don't think we can be that sure that. I mean, he's a loose fish. Says he doesn't fold to 3-bets, but I just didn't expect him to flat. Our hand does need some protection, so I'm going to bet. I think I'm going to bet an amount where... Well, actually, if he's got a 10, you know, he's probably going to call anyway. I think I'm just going to pot it. Oh, is he going to call if we... Yeah, I think I'm just going to pot it. I mean, there's no point playing sort of a nice game. Well, lucky he didn't have a 10. I mean, there's no point just checking, being friends and trying to knock the other guy out. We're well ahead of the other guy's range, and with the stack that we have, we're not really trying to move up in pay, you know. Just trying to boss the table and crush. So what do we have here? I'm just going to fold the jack 4. If that guy was a different player, I might 3-bet there, but he's, you know, after he just flattered a massive, you know, well, not massive, but a fair chunk of his stack before, I don't trust him to fold, and we're going to be left with jack high post flop out of position against some sticky donkey. It's not pretty. So what do we get here? 2 and a 3. He's bet hard. I think we can't quite fold blind on blind. I am worried about the 3-4 though. Okay, so this guy's open UTG, so I think I'm just gonna go ahead and beef it. I should have opened that. It's a bit annoying. Kind of deep top left. Oh, I didn't even see it was actually the Wednesday 100 grand, or I probably wouldn't have done that. Probably wouldn't have played that way if I knew it was a Wednesday 100 grand. I don't think it's bad, but I definitely don't think it's good. Let me just visualize that again. I mean, it can't be that bad with ace king, but wow, that is a pretty good flop. We could check back here, but I think just betting kind of small. Problem with checking back is, you know, if he has like king queen and he hits on the turn, you know, he stacks us. We were, like I said before, in a pretty good position. Anyway, we don't really need to go out of our way to get max value if it's going to increase the variance significantly. He did call, so I think I'm just going to fire again. I don't think he's going to call on a gut shot again, but I think if he's got a 10, he might still call. He could always have an ace-jack, ace-9. I mean, that's a pretty sick cooler for, I mean, pretty sick spot for him if he happens to have the case ace, but it's certainly a possibility once he check calls flop. Hard to see him calling on gut shots, but if he jams, I mean, he can still have, I guess, a set of 5s. And maybe ace-jack, cooler. I think most of the time here he's going to have like a 10-jack suited or, you know, queen 10 suited sort of thing, king 10 maybe. Calls flop when we bet small and then has to give it up when we fire again. Tempting to check back turn. Bottom right, I could have 3-bet that as well. I'm a bit out of the zone at the moment, guys. I'm just not playing well, which is not good. Got to get back in the zone here. 4, 5. Yeah, I think I just let that go. The thing that's saving me at the moment is getting aces a few times and now 10s and 9s. So not that hard to play hands when they're of this caliber. Thankfully, you can just click call there and we can just click jam here and we can just hold up one time down there, please. I think these guys have been pretty tight. I think I'll let it go. They're kind of small. They're going to be jamming a bit. Yeah, that 320 win star. I just want to have a look at that. That may have been bad. It's a real indication that I'm a bit tired and just dropping out of the zone here. I think it was bad, but it's definitely not going to be hugely bad, but let's have a look here. Yeah, I don't really like this, actually. I think we can just call here against this guy. I think it's probably the best way to get some val. I mean, I just think he's 3-betting pretty light a lot there. Once he checks, it actually kind of looks like he had a big pair now, so in any case, I'm going to go ahead and bet. Bottom left, we aren't folding. That's just too good a hand. It is bubble, but I mean, this is a pretty powerful hand. Ace-2, 5 queen, double suited. That's very good. I think he would have led with clubs. I think a lot of the times now he's got like queens with a club. Hopefully he's got jacks because we got that crushed. If he's got queens or kings and he does have a club, obviously he's got the 9 outs. So we want to kind of bet a size that doesn't really, you know, give him the right price. He's probably got red queens or something. Maybe he's got 10s. This is what it seems like anyway, once he just check calls on the ace high board, snap folds turn. Yeah, so if I was to play this hand again, knowing that it was the 320, I guess I would actually just flat at this point. I would flat the. Well, look, it's kind of close. It's not that bad getting it in, I think. But I mean, actually, you know what? I don't even want to fold here. Yeah, and hindsight now, actually, I'm not minding a fold. I'm really not minding a fold here. I think I played this really badly. I think I just fold this top left one. Wow. We've got to the river and we have queen high. I'm going to have to bet again. And hope that he's got, it looks like he's got a king, but I guess I'm just going to hope he had jack queen or miss spades. which is which is pretty hard when it's Omaha because they have a lot of cards. But he did fold, thankfully. Yeah, I should have folded top left. That was really bad. We've got a fairly large and almost 4x 3-bet against an early position opener. I think getting it in there is bad. Just bad. I think I just fold it. Easy to say now once we saw had kings, but I mean, definitely looks like that sort of thing. I mean, it could be. I mean, if the guy's loose, then it's completely fine. But I'm just kind of presuming that he's not. You know, I'm just presuming he's not loose. Ace-3. I think I'm gonna make a nitty. Am I gonna make a nitty fold? I think I'm gonna make a nitty fold there. So this guy just kind of seems like he's just decided he's not believing us anymore. I really hate this spot, you know, I mean... Yes, we get there. It's such a ridiculously big jam by Zealand. So it looks like we're getting crushed, I guess, this guy. I mean, it seems that way, so I'm just going to bet again here. Unless he's trapping, but that's pretty unlikely. I think he's just a loose fish. He's probably going to have 6s or something a lot. 3s, 4s. I don't think he's folding. Probably got ace high, I guess. If he's calling pre and then folding turn. Wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, I'm just folding because of the bubble, kind of, you know, we're in the bubble and it's 2 short stacks and I don't want to get snapped off by the big blind with some sort of marginal hand. He can afford to take shots, that's for sure. Are we going to attack this guy yet? I think I will raise this guy here. And bubbles burst top middle, so I think I'm going to just fold that one. And bottom left, probably not going to be folding this, especially not now. And well, we're in decent shape. We're in good shape now. So I might even just see if these guys want to just chop this, because I mean, we're playing for tiny money. And it's a bit of a distraction, to be honest. Yeah, I guess I'm wasting time bank there. I should just be raising. What's this guy? He might jam a little bit light there. Wow, how does he just call? It's pretty disgusting. Everybody's in the family. So I guess... Well, I think I will actually bet here. And this guy is pretty loose, so I'm just going to sail in the beans, even though he is UTG. We do have ace queen. And the bubble did burst, remember. Wow. I think if it comes a heart, I'm going to try and... Well, we're going to try and represent if it comes a heart. I think I might be... Wow, now we have the straight. It's interesting that he donks turn. Oh, heads up already? I think I'm just going to jam it. Wow, he did have the hearts. It's sick. So bottom left, you know, I gambled in the end just because it wasn't for big money, and I'm trying to focus on these other tables where there's a little bit more at stake. Oh, that's really annoying, that hand. Yeah, I mean, there's not much we could really do once we hit a straight on the end. The funny thing is, if it had have like bricked out and he bets, I'm actually probably going to call ace high because, I mean, his betting just really didn't make a lot of sense to me. It seemed like he had, and we're going to jam this guy again. He's going to be getting pretty sick of that, that's for sure. And he calls with ace jack, so we've got him dominated. This is a great spot here where we can really get a nice big stack, and that might propel us to a final table in that. And it is the 11 rebuy, so there is, we're chip leader now, and there's 5k up top, so that's good. 1 of 15, that was a good part. We jammed him a few times. Ace, what do we have? Ace 10 and whatever else, but he's 3-betting a bit on the button, and you can see third time lucky there. I think just calling the 5-6 in position, and just going to raise bottom middle. This is, I mean, I think this guy's a bit of a sticky fish, but I'm not sure, so. I'm just, I mean, I'm just not even stabbing at it, you know. It's a pretty bad card. We lose to a 10 and any heart. He could be calling us with like king 8 with no heart. He has bet pretty quick, which kind of looks a bit bluffy, I think. I would think that he would have at least thought about it for a while. He could have like a jack 7 and stuff like that as well. 1, 2, 20, 48. I think I'm going to 3-bet this guy. Am I going to 3-bet this guy really small? Or really big? How many chips does this guy have? I think I'm just going to stuff it. That's a pretty close hand with Zach. I mean, and they've got some timeouts going there. Luckily, I didn't have any hands. I just wanted to get the right sizing on this table, top right. Probably actually the original size I made it, the small size, was probably actually okay. This is kind of a weird situation, this top middle, where the guy's like, there's a guy sitting out and he hasn't got a ton of chips. That ace queen hand, the reason why I stuffed it is because the guy hasn't shown, I mean, it doesn't seem like he folds a lot to 3-bets. I mean, I don't know, I'm just kind of speculating here. I mean, I don't have notes on him, he could just be a fish, and I don't have that much information really to prove it, but the problem is, I think I'm just going to raise this straight away. If he gets there with diamonds, it's just bad luck. But I think he might donk with a queen, he just gives up straight away. It's a good little pot. It does seem like a bit of a spewer, that guy, so far. Yeah, so what I was saying before is that the ace queen, if we 3-bet and he calls, we're just left with a really horrible SPR post, and then if we c-bet and he jams, we just lose a chunk about like almost half hours. Just gross. I just to save it, the prop, you know, that possibility, I just decided to just jam it. Obviously completely fine. The only time it's kind of not good, you know, I mean, we do dominate some of his calling range. If we 3-bet small, he might flop, you know, he might call with ace 7 suited, or he might call with queen 10, and, you know, we flop top pair and stack him. So, you know, it's a bit of a trade-off. Having said that, you know, he might still call a bit loose anyway. Yeah. Really have to make amends for some of my bad play, I feel. So hopefully we can get some decent finishes here. It's probably just a well-timed 3-bet from that guy, but wow, he just shoves 3, 4, 5, 6, and he isolates M5, and then he isolates with M10. 3, 4, 5. I think I'm going to gamble here. 3, 4, 5, 6. Take a chance to knock out two good players, and we have got them both crushed. And that is a crippling blow. It's like in Rocky IV, where it's a crippling blow by the Russian. Because we knock out two good players. Cisco's come back and jammed a tiny stack, but we only have 4 high. Actually, almost prefer he's back. Just get him over and done with instead of that little lingering stack. Queen 6. Well, it's kind of right on here. We're gonna let go. It's pretty close. Oh, he's gonna get chips. Having said that, he's gonna chip himself up. I mean, that's fine, one way or the other. $10, $5, $22. I think I will raise this guy here. Just because this hand doesn't have a ton of playability post. I think he does jam a decent percentage. He seems pretty aggressive. Maybe if he does, it's fine. Good on him. Wow, I didn't expect him really to just call, but he has. Don't think we can quite fold here, can we? 25. Well, maybe we can. It's a pretty... I think I'm just going to bet here. And I think if he's got like a Jack Queen, King 10, King Queen, he's going to call. If he's got like Ace 8 or Ace 9 or something, he's probably just going to shove. I think he does have a King a lot. It's actually not too bad a card because you could have called with like Ace 5 and stuff like that. So it's kind of close now because we don't really want to give him a free card. In case he's got Jack Queen, he's got gutters and stuff, but he's probably only got around 6 outs, so I will just check and yeah, just in case. And it's going to be pretty sick if he shoves on us here, because I do think he's got King 10 and King Jack a lot here. I don't know if he's going to turn... I don't know if he's going to try and fold us off a chop, or if he's going to... how big he's going to value bet a king, but in any case, we can't quite fold. Yeah, King 8, it's really annoying. We might get some value, you know, if that doesn't, if the turn doesn't king. Repeat Queen or just a small card. Deuce on the turn, ideally. Uh, 56. 56, yeah, I think I will raise this one. And then just have to see bet. This is just a gross, it's ugly anyway you look at it, but wow. I wonder if we check if he stabs, which his stabbing percentage is not that high. I mean, we're not really going to fold now. I mean, we should have the best hand a ton. I don't really plan on folding because I just think he's going to jam a pair pre. The sickest is if he's got Ace 4 or... so I'm just going to shove it in now, I think. You know, if he's got a 6-7 suited or something, you know, he's just going to, like he did snap fold, he's just going to be snap folding there all the time. Because, I mean, we just should have the best hand so often. So I just bet small, kind of for value, to get him to sort of do the same, this thing, he sort of spaz out the way he did. And now we get to 3-bet this guy again, which is good. And that guy just jammed on us, which is bad. One good, one bad. So we're definitely looking pretty aggressive on the right. We have had a bunch of hands to help. We did just 3-betting with Ace 2, which is good that he got to see it. Wow, King 10. This is the exact hand we wanted to see. Well, King 9 would have been better. King 8. King 8 would have been better. Can we call there? 28-35. I think I'm just going to jam. Yeah, it seems pretty clear. Probably could have raised top right there. And am going to bet there. We should have the best hand. It needs protection. I'd be surprised if we get check raised on that board. This guy has called. He could have ace deuce raise 5. Looks like he's going to have ace 8 a lot, that sort of hand, which is annoying. But at least it's probably a chop now most of the time. Ace jack, well, even a bit bigger. I don't know why he doesn't 3-bet there and try and induce, try and get us to jam it in. That's kind of, I think he's, I guess he's kind of trapping with it, I guess. I guess he's trying to trap with it. Try and keep in hands he dominates, which he did. But I think four-handed ace jack against our range is definitely a bit of a fist pump get in. So we're 3 of 23 in that. I was thinking about a 3-bet there. I'm just trying to size this guy out. I am getting kind of a bit out of it at the moment, a bit sleepy, but just stay focused if it's fine because it's the final table. I could kind of go either way with this one, checking and betting. Not having time banks as well is kind of annoying. I think I will go with a check. And I think the idea now is just to check again and just try to induce a bluff. Oh, we actually had the queen, so the alternative to checking flop is barreling it off. And I think if I went for the barrel option, probably would have worked. It would have been pretty hard for him to call. So we can jam this one if he 3-bets. Hopefully he doesn't do it too big. 16, 32, 48. Yeah, I think I'm just going to jam this one. Yeah, it's kind of annoying to run into such a big hand. But when he 3-bets, I mean, it does kind of look like he's... I mean, it does kind of look like he's got a hand, but I think the delayed c-bet top left now is probably okay, but I'm trying to fold out like 8s and stuff like that, 6s, just in case. Also protect our equity at the same time. He did just have a 9, so it's kind of close. It was pretty close, I'd imagine. Jack 8, wow. And this one, I think I'm going to go again with this guy. Yeah, I think I am. 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow, this guy's just going for a ridiculous size jam. And wow, this is just too stupid, this jam. Wow, 3, 5, 6. I was I was right on with it. A little bit gun shy because earlier when a guy made a massive 4-bet, he had aces. And then before we saw a massive 4-bet and the guy had kings. So I'm just kind of... I don't want to make a rush decision and run into like jacks there and be like, oh my god. Having said that, he might have had like 7s or 8s. I think if I had more time, I would have called. I kind of didn't want to make a rush decision. I feel my brain really slowing down at the moment, actually. Got that, the cloudiness that I was talking about earlier this session. Maybe I shouldn't have had that mocha, too much sugar or something. I think this guy actually has a 5. But he might have like king 2 or something like that. It's hard to imagine him... wow, he has ace-3, that's wild. So if we had have raised pre, he probably would have just jammed us and that would have been the end of that chapter. I think I'm going to raise fold there. It's probably as shallow as I get with it. I'm going to raise fold there. It's probably as shallow as I get with it. It's right on. It is, are we 6? How can we be 6 of 11? Everyone's short. That's crazy. Oh, give us some action one time with the ace ball. So I will go again here. And we'll go ahead and try and get some value here. I feel I'm just way out of the zone right now, guys. So thankfully I'm being saved by getting graced with a lot of pairs and playable hands. I think I'm going to try limp again. I don't normally do this, but he has just seen us limp with Jack 8, so I'm going to re-raise now and try and get action. It might look like we're completely full of it. Oh, he might have trapped us. No, nines. How does he not get it in pre? Very weird. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I might make a kind of loose call here. I think if we hit, we stack this guy a lot. The SPR is only 3 posts. We're only getting like 13, 14 to 1-ish, but we're in position. You could go either way. I think folding is fine. I actually think getting it in is probably fine as well. And actually, in hindsight, it is an option I think I like. And I will just get it in over here. Yeah, I should have just raised that. That was a bit. I was a bit too worried about the depth, but you know, we've got an aggressive player, and we're only you know, four-handed we were, I think, and yeah, I mean, it's just fine. It's just fine. Completely fine. I mean, we're deep, but short-handed, we've got 5s. It's not like we're doing it with ace deuce or, you know, king 8 or something. We've got a hand that has some value and an aggressive opponent. And we heard me complaining a lot about never holding up or winning flips earlier on. But we are on a little bit of a heater at the moment, so I'm actually going to donk bet here, but I don't know how it's going to go down with our just don't know how it's going to go down with our friend behind. Do we lose that guy? No. Oh, that's actually a better result, isn't it? It's actually a better result. So this guy's 6, 12, 18, 24, M4. I think I'm going to give him a walk, I think. Well, not a walk, but you know. I think I'm just going to jam here. I'd be doing that with just so many hands. He's calling wide. I think it might actually even look weaker than just a min raise. He might be suspicious of that. Just give him a GG. Played well, that guy. So I think I will try a limp stab strategy against this guy, and if he starts raising, then I'll adjust. But it's not a strategy I normally start with from the get-go, heads up. I normally start with just aggression raising, but I don't really think we need to do that against this guy. He seems a bit fishy and loose, and I think just raising 100% of buttons when he's calling all the time, especially with the trashier part of our range, is going to be a mistake. You know, it's like the mistake that was made when, in my opinion anyway, when Darvin Moon played, you know the guy I'm talking about, the PokerStars Pro that won the World Series against Darvin Moon, the young guy. he should have just been limping every pot, I think, against Darwin. I actually think it's the best, just to keep the pot as small as possible, and just minimize the variance and not get involved in big pots. You know, a couple of times he built really big pots and he actually folded like ace. I think he folded ace queen pre-flop one time, and because Darwin just is an overplaying monster. You know, he's just going to get in ace 10 pre, ace 9 suited, probably going to get it in pre. Jack queen he called a big all in with, and so yeah. I think that when a guy's going to do some sick overplaying in heads up, that actually puts you in tough spots, you know, because you have to lower your standards heads up, and it's easy to get caught off guard and get it in a spot where you're flipping or even behind. And so you got to be careful about that, especially when you got a huge edge. I mean, that guy had a huge edge over Darwin, and I don't know if we have a huge edge over this guy. We probably do. I don't really know his story, but I'd say we have a huge edge, but I think I will. Yeah, I think I will keep with the limping after that spiel. Keep with this limping strategy, limp stab, limp stab. I mean, it depends. I mean, we don't. I will start raising a bit inevitably, and we'll see if he's folding to opens. If he's folding to raises, then I mean, there's no point. I'm only limp stabbing because I just think he's not going to be folding to button opens, but I mean, he might actually turn out to be a guy that will fold. So this is sort of hand I don't want to get raised off with, and I was just talking about how he might be an overplayer, so I will just check back, and the ace is down the bottom there. I can't see us folding that. Just going to have to call. We've just gone on a heater, and hopefully we can hold here. I think we can go a little bit bigger. He might hero with a pair, and he does. Maybe even have heroed with 2 pair. Could have had the low end of a straight. So there's a raise, and of course he calls. The other thing too, though, you got to remember too, is if I think I'm going to put in a little raise here. Well, it's kind of a bad card. He might actually donk with some little spades. I actually think he's got a 4 or a deuce a lot here, but I don't. Do we want a triple barrel to find out? Yeah, maybe we do. I think we do. I think we can just fold now. I was going to jam it. I was going to barrel it off there if he had a flatted. It seems like he's got spades. Maybe he's got an ace. I was just saying how you got to keep pots small and control. But at the same time, I mean, you still got to go for it from time to time and put pressure on. So just trying to think, about the river here. If what we're gonna do on the river if we miss, if we can call. I think we probably can. He might just donk out with like queen 9. Seems like he might have a 5 or just queen high. Maybe ace high as well. Yeah, just queen high. So, sort of hand I expect him just to donk out with. A sort of hand where he's like, well, this might be good. I am only heads up. And a little bit under the pump at the moment here, but thankfully, I mean, getting all day I've waited for some hands, and a few are now just coming our way. I think I will call the 4-8, but it's pretty close. And now we get to 3-bet this guy again. Which is good. I will barrel on the ace here. Not a bad donking out board, but I just think this guy's probably not quite the right guy for it. Damn, that would have been brilliant to hit then. Wow, he played that. trying to think. I think I... Oh, I guess I'm going to check. I was thinking thin value, but... Let's check and see what he does. Wow, is that a reclick? Oh my god, I meant to just shove it all in. Oh, did it all go in? Oh yeah, it went pot. Okay, I just thought for a minute it was a reclick. So it's almost a value bet here, because you could have a two or three and pace off, but he might have a bigger jack. Or king high. It's not going to call king high, but... Oh, come on. Give us top pair one time. See, I don't know if he folds to these small bets. I think he just... Oh, he does. Okay. I mean, if he's sitting there with absolutely nothing, then, you know, he should be folding, but... I feel like we're just going to get jacks, 3-bet large. He's going to snap call with like ace-5. The board's going to come 2-5-7. We're going to see bet, and he's just going to shove. Like something just funky like that. That's a crazy card. Because I think this guy might have been trapping some of the time with a big pair. But he's maybe not. This guy, it's kind of annoying with this guy because... I mean, it's actually kind of awkward, you know, to play against him. I feel like if we hit a hand, we just, like, get snap paid off, but... Heads up, sometimes you go long periods without hitting anything. I think I'm going to raise, probably to fold there, just because of the bubble factor, the ICM. Everyone's kind of short. See if we can actually flop a hand. Nope. That is the worst board ever. Wow, I almost want to call just to hit a 4, but it's a little bit too much. It's a bit too big a price. Wow, king 10 goes for it. Certainly aggressive from king 10. It's the thing about when you 3-bet with all those stacks behind. Oh, he folded to a min. Wow, we just can't hit anything here. Okay, what's this guy's stack size? Let's see it. This guy that just doubled up, right? Yeah, okay. I think I'm just going to bet and hope that he's a fish and he folds. He should really be trapping us a decent percentage here, but we don't know. We don't know. He could just be a big fish and have, you know, queen 10. But I think now I could just shove probably. We've got the up and down now. And hopefully he's not trapping. Hopefully he doesn't call with some hand that has us crushed. So he was kind of, well, I don't know why I didn't get it in pre, but anyway. This heads up is kind of consuming, and this guy's coming back, which is annoying. Okay, come on. Top pair. One time. Thank you. Oh my god. This is the grossest. Has he really flopped the nuts on us? Is he just raising with a 10 for control or like king deuce? King deuce. This is a really weird spot. I think I'm just going to call. Such a gross spot here. I feel like he's got the nuts a lot. But we're not quite folding. Could have king 10 or something as well. Unless he overplays his draws. I bet pretty big turn, but I just think we're a little bit too strong to fold, but it's close. Yeah, he's check back ace king. That's annoying. What I mean, that's what I'm talking about, you know. He's definitely snaps. I mean, he's got a strong hand, but he's not getting called by him that much worse. You know, King Jack and King Queen are probably the only two worst hands that are calling there. So he was just sort of waiting to snap over play, which is what I was saying he's probably going to do. Small enough, I think, to continue. He just kind of minned it. It's kind of a dangerous flop for us. I think I'm just going to fold it. There's a lot of bad turns. We could be crushed already. He hasn't been raising much. He did raise a little bit pre, and then he has donked full pot. So hopefully we can hit a pair soon and not be dominated. Hit a pair and not be dominated. That's the trick. I'm not getting too depressed just yet because we still have the top right tournament going for us, which is good. Just going to try and just switch up a bit with some raises. He hasn't seen us raising much, so he might give us a little bit more credit than he should. Wow, we just can't hit a pair. This is so gross. I mean, just curious what his pot donk bets might be there. They might actually be bluffs. They could actually be bluffs. Pretty good spot here with 2 of 11. Top right. 5k up top. This one's actually with 3 of 7, right? Yeah. Come on, top pair. Come on, man. It can't be that hard to make a pair, can it? Yeah, that was really weird, that bottom middle nines hand before. I mean, I just didn't think he would play that hand that way. I thought he would just play it more aggressively pre-flop. Certainly, he should have had a big hand, but wow, he's gone potsy again on us. I feel like we're finally going to make top pair and like check raise his pot bet, and he's going to snap fold, and we're going to be like, all those pot bets were probably just bluffs. But, you know, I think just with the queen high gut shot there, we're going to have to fold to that sort of bet. And we're just, I'm just going to stick to the plan. I'm just going to hope that I get a hand soon, you know. That's sort of been the plan. And, I mean, I just think it has to happen eventually. And now he's going to have a jack. Does he just pot again? He does. So I think we've seen a few too many pot bets to quite fold yet to this one. And, wow. I think I might actually, I mean, we're probably not folding now, so I think I might actually just donk bet. And if he's got hearts, he's probably going to draw. The pot's already massive, and I don't really see us folding now. If he's got a jack, it's just bad luck. So he does snap fold. So that's pretty telling if his pot bets are not hands. Because you pot bet and snap fold a turn. It's a big all in. He's the sort of player too, I think, that might lose patience in this sort of confrontation. Wow, come on, let us flop a pair. Ooh. Okay, he did check top pair before, which was tricky. He might have done it again, but I'm going to try and get value here. Wow, he may have gone and done it again. See what he does. Oh my lord, he has just min-raised a turn with a gut shot. This is so frustrating. This guy is a massive, massive fish, and we just cannot make a pair and hold. Like we could just have, I don't even think we've actually had the best hand yet. I really don't. I think we've had the best hand like 1 out of like, number 2 or 3. With best hand like 3 out of like, how many hands have we had so far heads up? Like 20? 25? And we've had the best hand, I think, like 3 times. So 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 13 already in there. He's raising 100% of buttons. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think I'm just going to shove this. It's so sick if he calls now with like A7. That would be just too gross. That would be just too gross. The problem is if we 3-bet, he's probably not folding, you know, and we have a hand with very little post-flop playability. Oh, hello, top pair. Come on, don't bet us. Okay, finally. Finally, we got him. Finally, we got our double up. It wasn't easy, I tell you. Finally, we make a hand. Hopefully he's hit the jack. He could have just donk bet. So I do think that that pot bet could just be nothing, like all the time, nothing. So we just got to keep our eye on that. Well, top left, there's 6, so M5 jams and then M10 re-ISOs. And he does appear to be a little bit on the loose side. I think I will fold it, but it's close. I don't really want to go to war with this guy, top right. So he had kings, so that's good. I think if he's trapped us here, he's trapped us. You know, if he's got kings and he's that tricky, it's pretty unlikely he has aces because we have the ace blocker. We do have backdoor outs where we can backdoor, I mean, we can backdoor flush, or we do have the ace as well. So he's just trapped us here with kings or queens. It's just bad luck. So I was just going to go for just max value there. I guess I am going to fold. I don't know how often this guy's just floating and messing around top right. Maybe a lot more than we think. Well, he's gone with a smaller bet now. So maybe this time he's actually got something. Ace-8, that's kind of right on. Almost to break even. I'm surprised he didn't pay us off before. He probably had himself a draw. Maybe that's how he plays his draws. It's just a bit small to build a little pot for himself. Just got to be careful with these ones here. This is the sort of hand where he's probably got king, jack, jack, queen, jack 8 sort of thing, but we got to be careful there, just building a little pot for him to win, because he's so sort of prone to sort of stab happy. 24. I think I'm just going to put in a. Let me think about these stack sizes here. I feel I can't quite make good decisions because I just feel a bit rushed. I think I'm just going to raise kind of small here. 7, yeah, and just keep in some hands that we dominate. I wonder, I just don't think if we check he quite stabs enough. So I'm going to bet, and I'm probably not folding. he probably jams, or I don't know if he just snaps like that with a pair pre. If he's got fives or something, then we have outs anyway. He's just going to have diamonds a lot. Oh, okay, that was intense, guys. That's probably the most intense level I think we've played this entire challenge. I'm feeling a little bit out of it, and we've got sort of key decisions. I don't know why I'm only playing 5 tables, as you can see, and for some reason I feel like every hand I'm being rushed. It's true we have no time bank and they're pretty key decisions, so that's probably why. But we do have a million top right and a 2 of 9, 1 of 9, so that's good. After we got that hold with the ace king versus ace queen, we've got our fish heads up top middle. We are in the money top left and 30 of 35, doing well there. We are final table bottom middle. We're 6 of 7 there, a bit short. And top right, we are in the bubble, I think. Bottom right, I should say. $100 rebuy, 6 max. Why did I just think we were in the bubble? I thought it said hand for hand, but it was just saying 5-minute break, I guess. 5 of 17 and top 9 get paid. So we're doing okay in that one too. Be right back after this break with more craziness.